Welcome to Magical Mondays. It's story time with me. I'm Sara, and today's story is going to be Radha and Krishna. It is from Tales of Heartfulness. This is the lovely book I'm referring to, and so here the story goes. Once upon a time in the land of Gokul, there lived a boy called Krishna. We are all very familiar about who he was, and a lot of demons had started attacking Gokul because Krishna had been discovered. And so the elders decided to take a call saying that they want to shift to another safe land. And deep in the forest, there was the land of Vrindavan. Now, Krishna had met a girl called Radha who had come to spend some time in Gokul. He knew that she lived in Vrindavan, and so he wanted to go to Vrindavan. And when he suggested Vrindavan, everybody was so happy because they heard of the lush forests, and the cattle would be so happy because the tribe was mostly cowherds. And so they all set off to Vrindavan in a long caravan, and happily and excitedly they set off, and they reached. In Vrindavan, in the beauty of the forests, Krishna would often play his flute. And all the gopikas, the milkmaids, they would come rushing. They would leave everything that they were doing just to listen to his flute. Now, his favorite was the milkmaid, the gopika Radha. Krishna and Radha's love is very famous. They used to spend a lot of time together, and this would make the other gopikas jealous. Passed like this in so much joy and bliss. And one day, his father's cousin, Akrura, came to Vrindavan to invite Krishna to Mathura. His destiny was now calling. He had been born to slay Kans, his maternal uncle, who had been terrorizing the planet. And so Krishna had to set off. Everybody was so upset because he was the light of their land. It was as if even the cows knew that something was amiss. After saying goodbye to everybody, he also went to say goodbye to his companion Radha. And Radha was visibly upset, and she asked him, "Have you come to say goodbye?" Krishna said, "No, no, I haven't come to say goodbye. I came to give you something." And Krishna gave her his most prized possession, the flute. And as Radha held the flute in her hands, she felt a change of energy. She felt that everything around her was turning into Krishna, and the loss of Krishna was not so heavy now. And like this, Krishna left for his journey to Mathura, and Radha continued living there. She was lost in the remembrance of Krishna for many, many, many years. It would be her that she would always chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna for all her work that she did. Even in the palace, when Krishna had gotten married and was living in Dwarka, his wives used to ask him who he prefers, them or the Gopikas. Krishna would never answer that. But one day, when they asked him, who is it that loves him more? He would say that the Gopikas loved him more. Because the Gopikas were him. They had merged into him because of so much love that they held towards him. And after that, his wives didn't really ruffle these feathers. Now, many years had passed, and even Radha had grown old. And Krishna's cousin Uddhav came to visit him in Dwarka, and he narrated a strange phenomenon. He said that now Radha has stopped saying Krishna, 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 and she only says Radha, Radha, Radha without even realizing it. And people think that she has gone mad. She remembers herself? How selfish is that? Krishna said, no, she does not remember herself. That is not chanting her own self because of ego. It is because She has merged into her ultimate consciousness. And Krishna was very happy to hear this because her ultimate consciousness was him himself. Krishna was all pervading. And that is how Radha and Krishna became one and stayed one like that forever. And Uddhav could not understand this, so by using transmission, because these things cannot be explained by words, Krishna explained how one merges into the Virat Roop, into the eternal form of Krishna. And Uddhav was too fortunate to get a glimpse of that, and later on merged in him as well. So this was the story of Radha and Krishna, and it is said that there is no love like Radha and Krishna. So Krishna came for his own destiny to fulfill, but Radha also came to the planet to teach what love actually is. Because even in temples, if you see, Krishna is never placed with Rukmini or any of his 16,000 wives. He is placed with Radha, and Radha Krishna are the example of love in India. It is also said that after Krishna gave Radha his flute, he never played the flute again because for him the flute meant Radha. And this is the story of Krishna and Radha. And I hope you like the story. It is a really soul touching story. It's a beautiful story on love. And you can read it in Tales of Heartfulness. And there are many more stories in the Tales of Heartfulness which are very beautiful. And the link to order the book is on the screen. And even I have a YouTube channel if you wish to listen to more of my stories. It is called youtube.com/Sara Stories. The link is also here. And you can go and listen, subscribe. I also hold workshops for schools, children of ages 6 to 12. If you are interested, you can drop a message in the chat box and I'll connect with you. Thank you for joining today. It was a pleasure to be here. Have a great week ahead, and we'll meet next week with another story. So stay tuned to Magical Mondays. Thank you.